Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it happens to be, wherever you are, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing a one-off today before we continue our Batman series of games. So we are going to play a game called The Park. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and let's jump right into it.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
Okay, the button is telling me to use it. I'm doing jack shit, so... What the hell? Why can't I look? This game sucks. Already. There we go.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
Wait for Mommy, Callum!
This way, Mommy!
Callum, where are you going?
This way!
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention, employees. The park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Oh.
Stop, Callum! What happened here? Stop! Callum!
You can't catch me.
Come back here, kid.
Come back, Callum! Callum, come back here right now! Callum, tell Mommy where you are.
Catch me, Mommy.
I think this belongs to Callum. Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit. Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
Come on, this way.
What's this?
First is land on Solomon Island, repentance, I might add. Whatever old Archie Henderson did to the locals, just the mention of his name had people slamming doors and locking shutters from the moment I arrived on the island. My lawyers had arranged everything in advance, but the realtor still had to come and deliver the keys to me personally. Took it upon himself to offer me another warning. I don't know what you're planning to do with this land, Mr. Winter, but the soil here is bitter with a curse carried from the old country. Old man Henderson, he did terrible dark things the land remembers, sir. I dismissed him shortly afterwards, mostly amused by his pathetic attempts at warning me off. I have a great vision for this place, and the will to see that vision through to the very end. Atlantic Island Park. The name is perfect, and I cannot imagine it being anything else. This is the start of something amazing.
Come to Mommy, Callum.
Come on, Mommy.
Stop, Callum! Callum, stay where you are. Mommy needs to see you, Callum. Where did you go?
Come on, Mommy.
Hello?
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," he told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again. Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. "You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside," the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. "Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him." Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. "Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. "I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool," the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
I don't remember that being the end to Hansel and Gretel.
Stay where you are! Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws. Callum!
This way.
Well, we're whispering now.
Another accident. This place.
Is that Mr. Bear? Why is he stabbed in the eye? Despite the constant interruptions, historic Island Park will be opening on time. The governor is booked to cut the ribbon, so the only real question is whether we will have any customers. I'm not truly worried the customers will come out of simple curiosity. I deduced what was needed from the band writings of Archie Henderson. It's astonishing to think that the resonance of positive emotions can be used to fuel such a process. Henderson himself chose to use negative, and that caused some of the taint that still lingers in this place. I will not make his mistakes. Very soon I will know if this has all been for nothing. Who stabbed Mr. Bear in the eye?
Callum, where did you go?
This way, Mommy.
Following the path. Pardon me.
Stop! Callum! This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. It'd make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Eyewitness report Atlantic Island Park incident. Officer on duty. Sheriff F. Bannerman, what's name? Creed, Norma. We were waiting for our turn on the ride, frankly, and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit is making an ice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyway, the chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice. At first, we thought he was making some animal like a tiger or a lion, but as more and more of the ice fell away, when you first looked, it was like a human face smiling out of a block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions. Something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little faster, like you were prey and the thing in the ice was a hunter. But then these teenagers walked up, one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit, and then, well, he went berserk. For a few minutes, it was chaos. Everyone was running away from the guy who had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he was stabbing with the ice pick, and blood was spraying, and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids, and we were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was that the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture making the horrible creature look more or less alive.
Callum?
Can't catch me.
Wait, Callum! I can't get on while it's moving.
Whoa! What is that thing supposed to be?
Callum, where are you? Oh, I remember this.
Neither of you look very happy.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum. Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought. Where are you? Constant crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat. Callum?
That one's got lights on. During the transfer to the bumper cars in the arena, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars into Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed on the way to the car. Francis was killed. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with urine samples. Double checking of the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screening for all drivers. Huh? Whoa.
Callum, where did you go? It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
You are certifiably nuts. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, so they believe a lot of the rumors about Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on these tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, this is why I chose this site after all the other potentials. Solomon Island is the nexus for dark energies, and the thought of all that power just being beneath here just makes my skin crawl. Called a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn Cloud. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plans that I am missing.
Where are you, Callum?
Enough story time this time? Pretty view.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over. Mommy is coming, Callum! Where are you? A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him. Where are you, Callum?
What is
I was
wrong
wanting to
with
write
this
one.
chick?
Never got around to do it before.
This chick is fucking psycho.
What do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
The witch has him now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
Couldn't read what that said, it went by too quickly. It works, the calculations and adjustments work, the transport and storage mechanisms seem to be flawless. What a wonderful day. If only these people knew what they were feeling, and so what if a few people leave the park at the end of the day feeling dour? So what if the children are more scared than excited on the roller coaster? This could be the doorway to immortality, and such doorways open only to those who have the will to find the key. Okay, hiccups.
The witch awaits. Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him.
Probably you.
I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can't save him. There will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why. The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Cotton candy corpse leaves sour taste in park marshals. Yesterday evening, visitors to Atlantic Island Park were shocked and horrified when they discovered a dismembered corpse behind the cotton candy stand. According to local authorities, the corpse is yet to be identified. However, they have confirmed that remains appear to be those of a child. The corpse was discovered by a group of teenagers from Innismouth Academy who noticed a pair of ravens sticking in something just out of sight of behind the shack. Nathaniel Winter, the owner of Atlantic Island Park, has released the following statement. It is a true tragedy when something like this occurs, especially in a place that is designed to bring forth happiness and joy. Staff of Atlantic Island Park offer the condolences to the family and friends of the victim and will cooperate fully with the authorities to help bring this case to rest. Solomon Chronicle will provide daily updates on the story going forward.
Come back!
Keep them away from me.
Okay.
Bastard. Who did this to him?
Oh, fuck.
This isn't a game, Callum! I can help you, Callum.
Mommy, I'm scared.
No, it's supposed to go this far?
These are mine.
Whoa. Whoa.
Don't leave me here, Callum.
Don't touch me.
Back here, kid.
Okay, no. The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. What secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide. And the face of the witch looms over it all. I always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside. I'm not playing it!
Atlanta Garden Park has closed its gates. Cheering, drawing a comfort galleries. We hung every iron padlock on the gates. Small-minded fools scared of what they don't understand. My machines lie silent and dejected, but I am not beaten. I have sent my wife and son back to Boston. I have retreated here to the House of Horrors. I must think.
What have you done with him?
Jesus!
Please, don't make me see.
Why did you steal me?
I wasn't there. Wait, so let's go this way?
Show yourself?
We're done.
One little dove went out one day.
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum and did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
Ooh. Disconnect notice. After multiple attempts to collect payments, we regret to inform you that your service has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. Make a payment listed on your last bill. Contact us on 555-7868 and we can arrange a payment plan so that you can immediately be reconnected. If you believe that this is an error, call us on 555-7869 to discuss your options. If you're unable to make a payment, please contact your local welfare office to discuss a placement for you and your loved ones. Winter in Maine is cold and brutal. Don't face it without electricity. The Dunwich Power Company. Shocking true story. Hunger. The true story of the Donners. On April 16, 1846, a group of covered wagons began the 2,500-mile journey to California. Just 8 months later, they found themselves stranded in the Sahara Nevada mountains with very little to bite or sup. It was to become one of the greatest tragedies of the westward migration the world had ever seen. Now our panel of Donner experts have uncovered compelling evidence that the families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. In this never-before-seen expose, read about how the Donner children were forced to eat their brothers and sisters in order to survive. All here in the pages of this shocking true story. The wilting. A solar flare struck the Earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating. As an exotic dancer named Chance O'Hara is the key to saving the world again. The weirdest shit. Oh, that's sweet. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Remember, drop off Callum, electric bill, fix faucet. Lorraine, I received your letter, and I am quite surprised you ran off with your father all those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map, and then I finally tracked you down and refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write me asking for help. I have another family now and another life. Your father was a horrible man. I regret the years I wasted with him. I loved you, I truly did, but every year you grew more and more like him. You are his girl, never really mine. Still, I would have fought for custody if you hadn't run away with him. It broke my heart, but I needed to go on living. I can't let you back into my life without picking open old wounds. I'm sorry, Lorraine. I just can't do it. Maybe one day it will be easier and I can meet Callum, but not yet. I'm not ready to forgive you. Please don't contact me again, Karen. Miss Mailer. As we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you fully recovered from your illness. This letter is official notification that you're considered sound of mind and body and may return to work at any time. Please note that you should discontinue any medication that you have been using and dispose of any remaining medicines. Feel at any time you're suffering a relapse, then please make contact with your local physician immediately. We wish you continued good health, Dr. Spencer. Rain seems to be suffering from depression that began early in her pregnancy. Our discussions have made it obvious that these episodes stem from the grief of losing her partner Dawn, who died about 6 months ago. There are also unresolved issues with her father. After being kept under careful observation, we provide standard treatment for this disorder, including electroconvulsion therapy. The patient responded and made rapid recovery. Lorraine has a newborn son, Callum, who was placed in foster care shortly after birth. When Lorraine displayed symptoms of disorientation and depression. It is our judgment that Lorraine is fit to have her son returned to her, and as long as she follows her recommended aftercare routine and continues her medication, we have faith that she will be an effective caregiver. Lorraine has her own housing, and her employer, Susie, has said she is welcome to return, such as at the diner. Norma Creed, a local woman, has offered to care for Callum while Lorraine works. It is with this support network in mind that we feel confident releasing Lorraine from this institution. A prescription of Zoloft that can be filled at Flag's Pharmacy in Kingsville. She's been advised to start with 50 milligram dose and then based on the advice of her doctor to increase the medication as needed. Miss Mallard, our inquiry into the state of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary beneficiaries of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental deaths, were listed as Rose Williams and Richard Williams on New York State, the deceased parents. Our agency made contact with Mr. and Mrs. Williams and explained your situation, especially the regards of the Donaldson column. Unfortunately, they were not receptive to our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of the biological relationship, they consider you eligible to receive any of the money from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. I understand that this may have a negative impact on your current financial situation, and I hope that I am not being too forward when I enclose the blue for our services in this letter. Sincerely, Edward Stapleton, attorney. Yeah, make me go through it again. Nightmare circus. The prey was waiting on the child to take in using joy for bait, while their mother's hand is breaking and LGCO win. Lorraine, things aren't right between us at the moment. I know I want to try and explain it. I think this is because I am so far from home and I'm working so hard. Every day working at this park, it gets worse, like a spring inside my mind winding tighter, and tighter. When we go for drinks after work, it gets a little better. The guys relax and we laugh and we're good people again. We don't want to come home to you without being in my right mind, but when this job is done, we need to get out of this place. We need to go back to the city where I don't feel like this anymore. I love you, Donald. Yes, I was thinking about names for boys and girls. I like Callum for boy and Emma if it's a girl.
Don't.
Oh, for crying out loud. Why is there blood on the floor? Whoa. This chick is fucking losing her mind. Uh,
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. Two children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. A child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, the mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch, but I am, aren't I?
Kid just broke in today. It's been so long since I heard laughter. It took one of them. I couldn't help myself. It was fast. He always did notice. I liked hearing him laugh the way from the academy. Put him on a slab. I tickled him until he couldn't breathe. My machines came to life, worrying in time with his gas and truce. I think this is delightful. The change brought me by the machines is not yet complete. There must be other children I can lay on my slab. What? This looks weird. That's nice. Handsome girl. Oh.
Callum. Callum! Callum. Callum. Callum!
Dude. You just stabbed your own kid with a nice pick. Told you that chick was psycho.
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
That game was mess Like, a lot. I can't lie and say I didn't see that ending coming because, like I said, that chick was just fucking psycho with some of the stuff she was saying. But, yeah. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Every time I upload a new video, I upload daily, so there's always something new to see. With all that being said, we will probably jump back into our Batman series of games starting tomorrow. Take care, y'all, and I'll see y'all again soon. Bye-bye!